our meeting is called to order, and the time is, I don't have my watch.
6:04.
What is it?
6:04.
6:04 PM? Smart out.
Oh,
You don't have to point it out. So okay, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And who wants to lead us? How about you, Sean? Oh, okay.
to the flag of the United States of
The United
America
States.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Kathy Gwynn, here. We have a vacant vice chair position. Art Duran is an audience member right now. I appreciate you hanging around. And Jerry Hall
Not a problem.
is not here right now. Has he? Did he?
I've not
contact
heard
anybody?
anything from him in
Nothing?
a long time.
Nothing? Okay, Kat Harris.
He's here?
And new member, Sean Swarzenberg.
Welcome.
Yay. Here we go.
Thank you for
We
joining
are-
us.
We are dwindling down, and we really need some people on board, especially with hopefully getting a new shelter on board, so we really need to really start coming out there again and get this going. All right. Oral communications from the public. Is there anybody waiting to be let in or anything else? Okay. Yeah, we do. I agree. And approval of minutes.
I've read all the minutes, and I would like to move that we accept the minutes as presented to this
Yes.
commission.
I read them too. Okay, so you second them? Okay, minutes are approved. And we have the shelter stats. I'll make sure you get a copy of this, Art, if you'd like, okay?
Okay.
You want some copies of the, can we, okay, she emailed them to you, Tiffany, right? Hi, Tiffany, thank you. Tiffany emailed you a whole set, so you can take a look, make sure.
Yeah, I got the minutes.
Okay, got it. And you also should have received the Animal Services Unit stats as well. Okay. Adoptions, the yearly total's actually really nice. That's the year-to-date. It's a
Are
lot
you
of-
looking at August, or are you looking at June?
I'm looking at
June. Oh, May, okay.
The
It's
first one.
May, June, yeah.
Which was around June 3rd, 2022.
Yeah.
This is May. That's actually pretty good. Animals picked up, that's a lot of animals picked up, 153. Animals euthanized 67, dogs 7, cats 58.
Now, I have a question on the cats.
That's a lot of cats.
That's a lot of cats, and
That's a
I'm
lot of
wondering
cats.
if a lot of those cats are kittens, that because we've had such an explosion, it's saying that, there was, in May, yeah, a lot of cats were euthanized, 58?
All 3 months.
Yeah, all 3 months are high. And I'm wondering if they're kittens, or what is it that the kitty population is being euthanized?
I don't know the ages of the euthanizations, but I can find out for you.
Yeah, because,
Is there any way on their report they can break it down over a year, under a year? That would help us out.
For sure. Yeah, we can do that.
I have a feeling it's because they're kittens.
Also, it would help too if the animal, if the dog or cat, if they're sick or injured beyond hope, that would also be a good statistic to include. So we know it's not just because, we don't have a place for you. It at least is,
Other, I'm curious what that is.
yeah. But yeah, cat numbers are awfully high, and I think that's something we definitely want to address.
Yeah, but consider
But they've
the,
done a fantastic job with surgically altering the cats in the low-cost cats clinic, which hopefully we will see a slowdown on the number of cats taken in and also the euthanasia rate. We'll see a decline in that. So hopefully that will happen. I know with COVID it was pretty tough. Everything was closed, and it didn't stop the cats, from doing their thing.
well,
So,
yeah, in addition to, a lot of them didn't have the income either.
Right. So hopefully, I would like to know the ages, if they can include that, and also if they were injured or real sick.
Yeah, what I have here for dogs, I've listed 3 reasons: sick, injured, or not adopted. The reasoning behind the euthanizations. And for cats, I'm looking for age. Is it a kitten or is it an adult?
Yeah. Yeah, because if they're kittens and they're, like newborn and they're still being fed by mama and there's no rescues to take them, that could be 5 or 6 kittens at a pop that you have to put,
Right, and by
put to
knowing
sleep.
The age that they're being euthanized will help us direct where our efforts go.
But the low numbers of dogs being put down, I was impressed. They're not a whole lot.
There's more resources for dogs,
Yeah.
as far as rescues and everything else, and I know that, trying to, find resources for all of them is pretty difficult. And, I mean, honestly, the last two, 3 years have been very difficult for everybody. And it just boils down to, stupid COVID. And, the resources dry up, and there's just not enough people. They are working either remotely or not wanting to come to work at all, or they're out sick. There are a lot of people that are out sick that can't even, that can't go to work. So hopefully that will start really, closing up, and we'll have more help for the animals.
Yeah.
And there's also just not enough people out there to rescue and foster and everything else. Maybe we can start looking at, because we can make recommendations, is maybe looking at some kind of city sanctioned fostering program for, because they don't really take cats in unless it's, dire circumstances, or it's just beyond owners or cats' control. I mean, because they're very compassionate. They do a really,
Oh, yeah.
they do an excellent job, and they're trying as well. It's a tough job. But maybe some kind of a foster program for dogs and cats, and maybe that will alleviate some of the euthanization, and working a little bit harder with fosters and rescues. But I'm telling you, rescues are full right now because of the backlog of all these animals that are,
Yeah, it's just, we're barely over halfway through the month, and we've almost put down 200 cats. So just, to me, as a number, I just can't,
I can't wrap my head
I
around.
love
it.
all animals, but, me, I'm more on the cat side.
I know, and well, it's a painful reality, and it's right there. I'm not blaming shelter staff at all.
No, they can only do what they can do. I mean,
Exactly.
Do you happen to know, with the new plans, is it gonna incorporate a little bit more towards cats or all animals rather than because right now they're primarily dog, I understand they don't have a lot of room out there. I've been out there. But
I have not, excuse me, seen the plans per se, but I've walked through, and we're hopefully going to go do that here in a little while.
Okay.
It's much bigger than what's going on in Lindsay right now. But I haven't seen the plans to see, dogs here, cats here, other, whatever that might be here. I don't really know.
I'd be curious to see the layout of what you're thinking.
We'll see how things go.
Okay, yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to taking a peek at it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I
Me
drive
too.
by it in my head, I'm like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
gonna fence this part so
Yeah.
that trucks can drive in and unload in the back?
We're gonna be, Art, just to fill you in, if you can't hear us, we're gonna be taking a quick little walkthrough of the proposed shelter, after this meeting, when we start wrapping it up, and, take a quick look-see. So just let me know. You can't go with us, of course. But just wanna let you know. Okay? And with that said, the update on the proposed new animal shelter, is
Well-
there an update?
Before we get to that,
Oh, wait.
one thing in the shelter stats, charcoal donations, that just caught my eye. What is it for? Because it's listed on the last page of the shelter stats.
I can help with that.
And it's like, okay, what is the
call?
call?
So they give it to the fire department.
Yeah, that's what happens, is that when you pick up a donation, if there's charcoal and other stuff in it, you just take it all, because it's all wrapped together.
Okay,
So, and instead of being choosy and saying, no, thank you, we don't want that, take it all.
okay. Well,
That's
I'm
what it
just
is.
curious, it's like charcoal.
Yeah.
What are we doing with charcoal?
Because he's being, because the staff is so transparent, letting us know exactly what they have, they put it all down, so.
And
you
that's
know,
fine.
And that, yeah, so there you go.
Now I know.
Now you know. Charcoal. Charcoal. No, Kat, you're supposed to have her give us a barbecue or something.
If Augie's cooking.
I know. Okay, Kat, we can move on with the update on the
Yes.
proposed, okay, go ahead.
So I do have an update. It's not going to make anybody happy, but I do have one.
Okay.
So
boy.
as we know, it's still out to bid. I believe this is the third time.
Third time.
That, the bid does not close until mid next week. The results of the bid, or bids, however many come in, will be known first council meeting of September.
Okay. Well, we're just still waiting then.
Still waiting, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and it will be on the council agenda, correct?
That, to my understanding, yes.
Okay. We'll go,
Huh?
we'll go.
Oh, yeah. Me getting back into this one here after, a couple of years off because of what I was at. Do we know the reasons for the first two? I think I heard about one, as to why it went out a third time.
Speculating a little bit on the first one. I think the number came in higher than what folks were thinking it was going to be. So they put it out to bid again, hoping to get a lower number, and then there were no bids on the second go-around, to my knowledge. I don't want to speculate, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, and that first bid, if I understand correctly, is there was only one bidder.
It
You
was
might be right.
within- It was within the parameters of the bid amount. It was just because it was one bid.
Ah, right.
That's what I'm thinking more.
And they have, the city does realize that they need to make some allowances because of inflation, right?
I would assume so.
Well, and if only one
Yeah.
organization is bidding,
Take it,
I mean, you gotta do it.
especially if it's within, because we've been
Probably not gonna
waiting,
be an
what,
easy
6
job,
years?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
You're trying to refabricate a bank into a shelter.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we want to work, we're totally on board, we just, I mean, we represent the public and the citizens. They're hitting us with these answers, these questions as well, and I know if, well, we need to go to the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Quarterly meetings to council. So the meetings are going to be quarterly to make a report?
Yeah, we talked about this last meeting where somebody designated, it doesn't matter who, maybe should be the chair, that's entirely
I
up to
can
you
do that.
folks.
Yeah, I've done it before.
To attend, the council meeting following our meeting, to kind of talk about what you've learned in here and that, maybe stats, on the positive side of stats, that sort of thing. And especially getting, hopefully, some bid information at the next council meeting. There's two reasons why an attendance might be necessary.
Next council meeting is,
Well, I'm sorry, not the next one, the first one in September.
Okay, so,
but they do have one this month coming up.
In 2
There'll be another one in August before that one, yes.
That's
So-
the report we'll look for here.
so that report is going to be in August or September?
Our
For-
report from today should be in this month's city council.
Should be,
Next month, we want to come to hear about that report from Chucky.
correct.
Tiffany, I am a busy woman, believe me. I do all kinds of stuff right now. Right now, I'm going crazy with managed care. Can you send me a reminder about that, please? And if I have a PowerPoint presentation or just, something on a thumb drive, which I've done before, do I send that to you or do I drop off the thumb drive?
That, I believe, will go to Fernando that you talked to earlier.
Friend, okay, got it. Okay, so all you have to do, Tiffany, is remind me. Ready? Don't forget. And then I'll remind Sean.
When do you want me to remind you?
How about 2 days? 2 days, 1 day?
The Friday before?
Friday
I'll go
before.
online and look myself because every other week we have the boys, so that
I'm
kind
not-
of throws my times
I'm
off
not that
too.
organized. I'm not that organized. I have people that handle me all the time, trying to get me to do this and that. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Ron, for reminding me about the report. I think, I'll make it nice. I mean,
I know you will.
do it so cool and jazz it
I
all
never
up.
got PowerPoint. That one always messed me up. The rest of them I'm all right with. PowerPoint just always messed me up.
Oh, they're easy, it's easy. Just make it real simple.
Yeah, I have a hard time working my phone, let alone doing that other stuff.
Telling you, when you working remotely and you Zoom everything, right, Art? Come on, we become art experts at Zoom and Teams and whatever you gotta use. Me and Art work for the
I'm
same
learning.
You're fine, Art, you're fine. Okay, appointment of a vice chair. There's three of us here, we can make a decision. And so, how do we do that,
I
Tiffany? We take
nominate Kathy.
Hmm?
Huh?
It's making it longer. I nominate Kathy for vice chair.
And I'll accept it.
Okay,
That's pretty simple.
we have a vice chair.
That was easy.
We're quick, man. We're fast.
Easy,
Let's get
easy
this done.
peasy.
Okay, so Pat is now the vice chair. Doesn't mean you're gonna shirk your duty and not do it next time.
Yeah, we're still gonna lean on you.
Not gonna do what next time.
Yeah, not say.
I'm here.
Okay.
I wouldn't
But I
have
may
got
wanna
back- I
retire.
wouldn't have got back in
I
if
may
I didn't wanna
move.
make
I
some
may
changes.
move.
Yeah, you got some.
A little bit.
We gotta get this back to where it was 6 years ago.
I know.
Because there was progress being made then, now there's nothing.
I kind of screeched.
COVID
Okay.
did mess it up.
It did, COVID, stupid COVID. Okay, any more oral communications from the public? Tiffany?
I have a question, is that supposed to be on here twice? Oral communications from the
I think
public?
there's usually one at the beginning
And
and
then
at
at the end.
Okay, for some reason
I've always seen one in the beginning and the end.
okay, for
Council
some reason I
meetings
thought
too.
the first one was
Council
only if
same
it's
way.
on the agenda and the second one was either or.
No, there's two.
just in case somebody's late.
Okay.
Yeah, or that's oftentimes when you, after you've held your meeting and you've gone over scheduled matters, you might spark something from
Okay,
somebody, be like,
gotcha.
oh, I want to talk about that, so.
Okay.
Happens all the time.
Sure.
All the time. Okay, any other matters?
Okay, I have two things.
Okay.
One is Jerry Hall's attendance. Are we, because he doesn't come and he doesn't call. And
Any
he's missed more
response?
than 75% of the
Oh,
meetings.
yeah,
And that's
it.
an automatic
So we need to remove it.
remove
Maybe
it.
one that's up this year.
And bring somebody in that can hopefully attend the meetings.
All right, I'm good with that.
Okay. And the other thing that I have is, okay, going back to the
So
kitties.
now we have another vacancy now, right?
Right. So we'll have,
We'll have to go through like the process to.
Yeah, in fact, I reached out to Fernando earlier today to figure out how we go about if there's a member that is either failing, well, specifically failing to meet the 75% attendance requirement, what's the process for letting that person know that, your services are no longer needed as being a member? And he was actually looking into that because I didn't know if that came from me. I didn't know if that came from the board, like as a vote, or if it was just if it's proven that the 75% attendance wasn't met, then it's by default he's gone, or he or she's gone. So he,
Got that. He's
yeah,
got that.
he's beyond that.
okay.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
like 100%.
So I will probably have an answer to how that is supposed to work tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay.
I know that doesn't help for right now.
it's okay. Yeah, we just want people that are
Email her, she
gonna,
can let us know.
we're just, yeah, we're just,
I'm scouting for people, so.
yeah, I'm trying to get some people on board too. So
We got a
Art,
full board, we'll get
Art,
that done.
resubmit your application because you'd be a good,
Yeah, if we need you.
we need you.
Yeah, I'll be flying back in the 22nd, so as soon as I get back in, I'll go straight, well, I'll go ahead and print up the application and get it filled out
Okay,
and have it turned in.
okay. that
Thank you.
works. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, he can actually.
Thank you.
You can email it,
Okay, I can do that too.
okay? You got Bunny there, she can be your secretary,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Okay,
The
thanks,
other
Al.
thing that I had is, it was just a thought that was going through my brain. Because of all the cats, the explosion of the kittens that we're having, I'm really concerned that yeah, we're getting cats fixed, but is it enough? Because we got next year coming up, and these cats from this year aren't getting fixed, because there's just, you know,
It's gonna take, about 2 years, 2 or 3 seasons to catch up.
well, what my thought was, and of course, we'd probably have to get with with Shannon, is if we couldn't have a 1 or 2 day a month, cats only get fixed.
I think I've seen on her pages, they've
We
had a
have
couple
done
days
that.
where they've been doing
We've
that.
done that. I remember volunteering.
I didn't know, yeah, I didn't know that.
How and what funding do we still have as far as cats go? I know Cat House and the Kings.
I have House of the Kings funding, that's half off. And then, Porterville Animal Control comes up with funding,
Yeah,
and so does the low-cost
you
syndicate.
gave me a few vouchers for one match.
Yeah, and they have been a godsend. I'm telling you, please don't ever, ever, ever get rid of that program, because that's a great program.
We
It
need
is
the
a great
program.
We need it.
But I was thinking, you know, because of next year coming up, that, because I really think that it's going to explode even bigger next year. Because there's a lot of people, not so much the feral cats, it's the people that, and not with the rest, people that are, you know, fostering cats and what have you, it's those that are out. There's one woman who's got 4 cats, but she's got 11 kittens. None of them have been fixed, and
Because
she's
she
a
doesn't
private
fix them.
citizen.
Because she needs to be
Right.
educated.
Can't afford it. and can't-
Right, but it's also been, you know, like I said, because of this COVID, we're starting to come back, and now we've got our inflation, and it's pushing everybody down again, and,
Well, yeah, because everything went up. I mean, last time I got dogs fixed, it was like $45, $50 for 5 times.
Everything's going up.
right.
Everything's
So,
going up.
so I was just thinking maybe we could get 1 a day, month or 2 for a while to get these cats done.
Art, do you have anything to add, or any concerns, or anything you want to include?
What I have been running into a lot is those that are like high at risk of becoming homeless. They're surrendering their pets to, because not just because they're going on the streets, but if to stay housed, they're starting to surrender their pets. From the city of Porterville, I haven't really heard too much of that, but I know that, like the city of Tulare, it's getting pretty bad with the pets getting surrendered over there too.
And that's, people who are at risk of losing their house or at risk of homelessness? Because that's the
Yeah,
population
because
we work with, right?
Yeah, a lot of them, because of the COVID stuff, you know how they were, they weren't able to evict anybody, but now it's
Fair game.
it's
now.
open game. Now they're getting, having people kicked out of their apartments and stuff, which they've had cats or kittens, and now they're surrendering them because they have no place to take them.
They're stuck
just
between a rock and a hard
Wanted to
place.
throw that out there.
Behind.
A lot of the rental companies too don't allow pets, so when people try,
If they do, they want.
there's either an option of, do I keep my pet or do I find a house?
Right.
So that's a big.
That thing fell off of mine.
I didn't do it, and I hit mine.
I did it. I did it. It's me. Stay. Okay. Okay, well, thanks,
That's
Art.
all I have.
That's good insight, and
Yeah,
it
no
is-
problem.
it is a prevailing, it's a big problem, and, yeah, that's a lot of pets. And they're not getting rehomed, they're getting put to sleep.
Yeah.
Hey, anything else, guys?
Yeah, I have a
Okay.
But I don't know if you might
Hey.
have some answers for this, but I know the fighting between city and county has always been a game. And there are so many areas that are unincorporated, but like where my shop's at right now, it was in the works to be incorporated, they just hooked up water and all that. I've had my experiences with both sides, because I live in the city now, and I business in the county. You can't get, and those animals obviously are coming this way, because I've seen the same dog there, here, based on collar and headline. How do we get county to react better, like our guys do? They don't they won't even answer the phone anymore now, but when they do, they say they'll come out. I had a dog that was chasing a kid that was walking home from school. The kid probably antagonized it, because once the kid got far enough away, the dog came over and, I don't know, I kept him tied up. I had him in the backyard of my shop for 3 days, county never came after he said they were coming. Well, no wonder there's so many dogs wandering around out there. Somehow we've got to be able to try and coordinate this a little bit better, because county or not, it's still important, you know.
And unfortunately, and that's something when I was on the grand jury that we had addressed with the county, and unfortunately, they have, I think it's like 2 drivers, well, at the time, that take care of the whole entire county, and they just, like, it's like in 4 quadrants,
Yeah.
and 2 people can't do this whole county. So they send them out where they're,
Yes and no, but you gotta take out all the city pockets out of that county. It's not as big as it looks.
right,
So it's basically out of the county's hands, the city's hand, because of the way it is.
it's the
divided up.
demographics and the
And,
number.
Honestly, we're spoiled by our animal control too. And that's what it comes down
They're
to.
good, there's no doubt there.
No, they're good, they're real good.
All the
So-
other leaves, I don't know what we're gonna do.
All of them, they're all good, you know, it's,
That was just one of the things that I had, only because of the experience that I had myself. I didn't understand it. Yeah, we'll be out. You know, nothing for 3 days. I could see maybe the next day, because it was 3 o'clock.
yeah,
But 3 days later, it was still open. I mean, you know,
I'm sorry.
I found somebody to take him, but I doubt they're gonna keep him. I think they just did it to appease me. more than
Could be.
anything else. I couldn't. I've already got my limit of 3 dogs in the city, you know,
I know.
only because we just took a deaf dog and somebody was gonna do away with him. It's because he's deaf, you know. He's a pug, he's cute.
They're all cute,
I know.
they're all cute.
Yeah,
Any other matters?
I'm
You
done.
Good?
No.
Okay.
I know there was something else.
You're getting old.
Yes.
Okay, Kat, what's the time?
The time is 6:29.
Oh, that's right, it's right in front of me.
6:30.
It's 6:30.